Lack of respect is a common challenge that we all face in life, and it can be very disturbing and frustrating. But what if we could learn from the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, which teaches us how to handle difficult situations with wisdom and grace? In this video, we will explore 10 practical Stoic principles that can help us deal with lack of respect in a better way. As always, I challenge you to be strong and stay with me until the end of the video. Let's begin. If this is your first time on my channel, I ask for your help by subscribing and liking the video so I can continue creating more content like this in the future. Stay calm. One of the fundamental teachings of Stoicism is that it's not what happens to us that disturbs us, but rather our thoughts about what happens. As Epictetus said, people are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them. This means that lack of respect is not inherently harmful or offensive. It's our interpretation and judgment that make us feel hurt or angry. When someone disrespects you, remember that their behavior is a result of their own thoughts, feelings, and opinions, not a reflection of your true worth. This can help you stay calm and not let their lack of respect affect your emotional state. Self-reflection. Another important aspect of Stoicism is the practice of self-reflection and self-examination. Stoics believed that the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives, and we should always strive to improve ourselves and our actions. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When faced with lack of respect, it's essential to reflect on yourself and ask questions like, is there any truth in what the person said or did? Did I do or say something that provoked this situation? How can I respond in a way that is consistent with my values and virtues? By reflecting on yourself and the situation objective, you can gain a better understanding of the event and your own role in it. Reflection is a Stoic way to ensure that your responses are based on rational judgments rather than impulsive reactions. It helps you learn from the situation and promotes personal growth and wisdom. Take a pause. Seneca once said, when you are angry, be sure you are not angry at something that is not worth it. Stoics believe in the importance of self-control and rationality. They argue that impulsive reactions driven by intense emotions like anger or frustration often lead to poor decisions and unnecessary suffering. When faced with lack of respect, the Stoic approach encourages avoiding impulsive reactions. Take a moment to pause and collect your thoughts. This pause allows you to regain control over your emotions and provides an opportunity to respond in a more measured and thoughtful manner. By resisting the urge to react immediately, you can better align your response with Stoic principles of wisdom and self-control. This approach often leads to more constructive and less emotionally charged interactions when dealing with lack of respect. Show empathy. Epictetus and other influential Stoic philosophers suggest that we should not seek good in external things, but rather within ourselves. Stoics believe in the interconnectedness of humanity, and that understanding the motivations and emotions of others can lead to better interactions and personal growth. When someone shows lack of respect, Stoicism suggests practicing empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and understand their perspective. Empathy can help you see the situation from a different angle and realize that the person's lack of respect may not be personal or intentional, but may be caused by their own insecurities, fears, or ignorance. Empathy can also help you feel compassion for the person and reduce your negative feelings toward them. By empathizing with the person who disrespected you, you can avoid taking their words or actions personally and respond in a more respectful and dignified manner. Empathy helps you understand the person's perspective, feelings, and motivations instead of getting angry or defensive. You can respond with kindness and respect, which can prevent the conflict from escalating and maintain your dignity. Empathy also reflects Stoic principles of wisdom, compassion, and personal growth. Focus on virtue. One of the core ideas of Stoicism is the development of virtues like wisdom and courage. These are the qualities that help us live well and act rightly. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, wrote that virtue is nothing but right reason, which means that being virtuous is the same as being rational and in accordance with the natural order of things. Stoics believe that virtue is the supreme good in life and everything else is indifferent. When faced with lack of respect from others, Stoicism teaches us to focus on virtue in our response. This doesn't mean that we should ignore or tolerate disrespect, but rather that we should respond in a way that reflects our Stoic values and principles. By focusing on virtue, we can avoid being influenced by our emotions, maintain our dignity and integrity, and grow as individuals. Stoicism challenges us to be the best version of ourselves, even in challenging situations. Embrace acceptance. One of the key lessons of Stoicism is to accept things that are beyond our control, such as the lack of respect from others. Epictetus said, "It is the wise person who is not disturbed by the things they do not have, but is joyful for the things they do have." This means that we should be grateful for what we have and not worry about what we lack. Stoicism also teaches us to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not, known as the Stoic dichotomy of control. We can only control our thoughts, feelings, and actions, not external events or the behavior of others. Therefore, when faced with lack of respect, we should not let it affect our inner peace. Instead, we should accept it as part of life and focus on what we can do to improve ourselves and our situation. By accepting lack of respect stoically, we can avoid unnecessary anger, frustration, and resentment. We can also learn from the experience and grow as individuals. This helps us deal with lack of respect in a rational and calm manner. Use humor. Sometimes, a little laughter can go a long way. As the ancient philosopher Seneca said, "You should conduct yourself in life as at a feast." Stoicism teaches us to control our emotions and act rationally, but it also recognizes the value of humor in dealing with challenging situations. Humor can help us maintain our emotional balance and avoid becoming too angry or upset when someone disrespects us. Instead of letting our emotions take over, we can choose to respond with a witty remark or a lighthearted joke. Of course, humor should be used appropriately and not excessively, but it can be a useful Stoic technique for handling lack of respect in a way that creates a more positive outcome. Set clear boundaries. Stoicism is not about being a doormat. It's about being a rock that stands firm in the face of disrespect and injustice, a rock that knows its own worth and demands respect from others. A rock that controls what it can and lets go of what it cannot. When someone disrespects you, you don't have to take it quietly, nor do you have to respond with anger. You can be calm and assertive. You can tell them what they did wrong and how you expect to be treated. You can set clear and reasonable boundaries that protect your dignity and self-respect. This is what Stoicism teaches us: to be strong, just, and courageous, to respect ourselves and others, to maintain inner control and external dignity in any situation. Practice forgiveness. Imagine someone disrespects you. How do you react? Do you respond with anger or do you let it go? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism has some wisdom to offer. Stoics believe that forgiveness is not a favor to the other person, but a gift to yourself. Forgiveness is the key to inner peace and happiness, but forgiving is not easy. It doesn't mean forgetting or condoning what happened. It means choosing to release the negative emotions that harm you more than anyone else. Stoics say we should forgive everyone, but not indiscriminately. We should forgive wisely, with compassion and justice. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. We cannot control how others behave, but we can control how we respond. We can choose to forgive and free ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment. We can choose to move forward with a sense of inner peace and tranquility. This is what Stoicism means by forgiveness. It's not a weakness, but a strength. Not a surrender, but a victory. Not a sacrifice, but a reward. Forgiveness is the ultimate act of self-care and personal growth. Change your perspective. Perspective is the ability to see things from a broader and more objective point of view. It helps you avoid taking things personally when someone disrespects you. It helps you realize that lack of respect is not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. As the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." When you use perspective, you can see that most instances of lack of respect are minor and temporary. They do not affect your true worth or happiness. Lack of respect is often a reflection of the other person's ignorance, insecurity, or weakness, which doesn't belong to you. You can choose to ignore it, forgive it, or learn from it instead of letting it bother you. Perspective also helps you focus on what truly matters in life. your goals, values, and virtues. You can use your energy and time to pursue what is good and meaningful to you, instead of wasting it on resentment or revenge. By doing so, you can live a fuller and more peaceful life. So, the next time you face lack of respect, remember to use perspective. It will help you stay calm and act wisely. Always remember that Stoicism is not about suppressing your emotions, but about handling them well. By applying these 10 principles, you can stay calm and strong when dealing with lack of respect and rude behavior. If you enjoyed our video, please like it, subscribe, and comment to let YouTube know that these kinds of videos help people like you, so we can continue creating similar content in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. To watch more videos on Stoic wisdom, select one of the videos that will appear on your screen at the end.